What's happening, everybody? I'm back. All right, so today, I've been wanting to make this video for a long time and explain why I don't talk about violence, why I don't tell war stories, why I don't, do those type of videos, because I know I could be like everybody else. I could be making these videos talking about war stories and stuff. I have war stories too. Everybody's got war stories. Everybody's a gangster. I know. Everybody's it's getting old. Um, but I don't think that it's the right look for me. Like you got to think. You know, I'm just worried about like what am I leaving behind for my future family, my future grandkids and stuff. Like what are they gonna see about grandpa? What are they gonna see about, you know, I don't want them to be impressed that I've been to prison, that I did whatever, like on the street. I don't know. I just, that's not what I want to be remembered as. And I just think about that when I'm putting these videos out, like, because I know I could be getting way more views. I could be, I know I could do that, because I got stories just like the rest of these guys, I know a lot of the same people. That's why I got the mask too. It's like, I don't want to be involved in that side, like that's not my thing. I'm not going to I'm not going to talk about that, I know a lot of people are curious. They want to hear stories and stuff. Here and there, I'm going to give you guys some stories, but it's not going to be of me committing violence. It's not going to be of me doing anything. It's just going to be a story that affected me somehow. You know what I mean? In one way or another. But I feel like it gives. I feel like when people like me, other people that've been in prison, other people, and now that that we're successful and we're doing okay, I feel like it gives the kids, youngsters, a false sense of like condoning it, like well, he did it, he put in work, he was a gangster, he's an OG now, and now look at him, he's doing good. I could do that. I could be that. I could do it the same way he did it. But that's not really how it works, like that's just, a lot of us got lucky, and we didn't catch long terms and stuff like that, and I have a story later about, I just don't want to get into like my crime part of it, but where I was going to get a long time, I was facing a long time, my last prison term. And luckily, I prayed to God, like, man, if you could get me out of this, I'll change my ways, and he got me out of it. It got me a very short term, evidence was lost, all that stuff, and it was a clear sign to me that it was over, like this is it. I got to be a better person, and I don't want to talk about none of that stuff in the past, like I just don't want to talk about that stuff. Why would I want to talk about something bad, something negative that I did to another person? You know what I mean? Like, I just don't want people to remember. I don't want it to be online forever. In my kids and people finding that. And look, don't get me wrong. I don't have any issues with people that do it, that tell their story. That's their story. That's their story, That's a lot, that's their life that they live, that they, so they tell their story. And I try to tell my story too, but I try to leave a lot of that out, just because honestly, I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed that I even did those that's child, and that I did it as long as I did it. You know what I mean? All the way till I was 31 years old, I was still doing that stupid shit, That's high school kid shit. Saying you're from a gang, claiming that you're from a gang, talking bad about another person from another gang. That's just embarrassing. That's just embarrassing for a grown up. You know, I you know, I'm embarrassed of myself that I did it that long. But it is what it is. I wasted that much time in my life. But I don't want to talk about what I did when I was no. I'll do it a little bit. I'm gonna try to do it a little bit different, without the violence and without the, you know, me trying to. I don't know. I don't have nothing to prove to nobody. I don't have nothing. You guys could. I don't care. You know, like nothing's gonna affect me. Nothing that you guys say is gonna affect me. I don't really care. You know. I mean, I hope it's all positive. That's why I try to stay positive. You know, I feel like whatever I put out is gonna come back to me. You know, if I'm putting out, you know, negativity and stuff and talking bad about other people and, you know, I don't know, you know, but yeah, I just wanted to get that off my chest. You know, like I'll go a little bit deeper later, but. And, you know, maybe I'll tell some stories later of some violence that happened to me. You know what I mean? You know, I don't know. Would that be a good idea? I don't know. But, because I have a lot of stories about a lot of stuff that's happened to me. I've been shot, I've been stabbed, a lot of things have happened to me, you know, and I don't know. Maybe it would be good. And, you know, like my friends nowadays, my new friends, they don't have no clue about nothing about, I know they know I've been locked up, but they've never asked me. They've never, you know, and I don't tell them, I'm not, you know, I don't walk around and tell stories, and I don't even talk about that stuff. I don't even, you know, I talk about work and my bills and stuff like that. I talk about, you know, like, you know, normal people stuff, you know? And they have no clue. Sometimes I have my old friends around, and then my new friends are around. And my old friends, I have, like, they'll start to say stuff, and I have to tell them, like, hey, you gotta chill, dog. Like, these people don't know, they don't know me like that, you know? You gotta chill on all that. They don't. And then then my friends, my old friends realize, oh shit, he don't tell them, you know, like, no, I don't tell them nothing like that. That has not, they don't care. They don't care. So why would I care? You know what I mean? I'm not going to tell them. I'm not going to go out of my way to, you know, some people think it's impressive. You know, they think it's impressive. Well, I've been busted before. Oh, I mean, you know, like, I don't know. I think it's a little embarrassing. I'm a little embarrassed. I'm a little ashamed of myself, you know, but I did it and it happened, and, you know, it is what it is. But you know, man, I went on about all kind of crap. But yeah, that's, you know, I guess that's why I don't talk about violence, you know, or tell war stories. I just don't think it's relevant for me, you know, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. All right, but no offense to anybody that does it. You know, don't take this the wrong way. And, like, I watch all those other videos. I watch people's videos telling their war stories. To me, it's entertaining. I'm grown, you know. But all right, everybody. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate your time. Have a good day, and God bless.